Elon Musk just dropped big news for Tesla stock investors. Elon Musk writes on X, "It is not cool that the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund is, voting no for Elon's comp package." Elon says it's not cool that Norway's Sovereign Wealth Fund is voting no on Elon's comp package, and they own 1% of all Tesla stock outstanding. But that's not the big news. If they actually surveyed their constituents, they would discover overwhelming support in favor. That is according to Elon Musk. So far, roughly 90% of retail shareholders who have voted in favor of both resolutions. The public statement is unequivocally supportive. Now, what does this mean? While retail shareholders, they own the largest chunk of Tesla stock. If we can get enough retail investors to vote for reinstating Elon's comp package, then that is the deciding factor whether or not this vote actually goes through. Let's be honest. The only reason that you would vote no on Elon's comp package is if you have some kind of ulterior motive and want to cause a lot of people to lose a lot of money. Because the facts are the facts. Tesla stock could fall a lot if Elon's comp package does not go through. So if you have not voted your shares, go out and do so. But based on what Elon said, if 90% of retail investors so far are voting in favor of Elon's comp package, then I think more than likely it's going to go through. As I have stated many times now here on the channel, I believe there's probably a 75% chance or so the vote actually passes. And that will set Tesla stock up for potentially an Nvidia moment, possibly all-time highs coming next year. And it wouldn't surprise me if Tesla's in the, low to mid 300s in 6 months, if that were to go through. Because the fact of the matter is, Tesla stock, when there was no bottom in sight for margins, for price cuts, which are kind of, affecting margins at the time, for the overall economy, right? The state of the consumer, Tesla FUD was kind of at a high heading into 2024, and really around January, February, it was not looking so good for Tesla's business itself. What happened? Tesla stock was around 265. Kathleen McCormick, she needs to be fired too. The judge that shot down Elon's comp package, she voted it's null and void. You get no compensation for 8 years of work. Tesla stock fell from that 265 area down to where you are today, around the 170s. Now, what's happened ever since then is Tesla, Elon, the management team has provided a lot more clarity on what's going on with the business. Elon Musk has said, just to point out a couple things, that he's expecting deliveries will be positive year over year. So expecting deliveries will reaccelerate throughout the rest of this year. Elon has also confirmed that they are going to focus on profitable growth, that they're not going to continue to cut prices until they're unprofitable, or now in this case, buy down the interest rate and offer a low interest rate for vehicles. And now that's actually having a huge net positive on Tesla stock, because you're actually boosting a lot of demand as it appears on Google Trends data by offering a lower interest rate. Elon Musk and the Tesla team have listened to shareholders that want the cheaper vehicles sooner. And Elon just came out on the last earnings call and said, yeah, we're going to have new models by the end of 2024, if not the start of 2025. A whole hell of a lot sooner than Wall Street expected. Now, why is Tesla stock where it is? Because Elon Musk is such a large portion of the valuation of Tesla. There's a chance Elon could leave Tesla. That is what markets are saying. Especially if this vote does not go through, that's where you get a lot more downside. But if the vote does pass, as this news would suggest it will, you're going to be in for a lot of upside, because as the main business itself has been improving, getting better, providing more clarity and color to investors, and especially heading into maybe the first Fed rate cut July 31st. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the next video. We do have a Fed meeting, CPI, all kinds of different things coming this week. That's going to help out Tesla, rates falling. And then once you head into 2025, your year over year EPS growth is going to look outright impressive. 100, 200% growth, possibly by the end of 2025, 300% year over year EPS growth. Those are things markets love. But first things first, we have to get the comp package actually passed. And that is why recently a lot of hedge funds and institutions have been hedging out their positions in Tesla, because this is unlike earnings. This is unlike an event from Tesla. This actually could drop Tesla 30+%, probably more than that, right? You could probably cut the value in half of Tesla, call it $90 per share, if this comp package does not go through over the next coming months. And that is why big money wants to be hedged right now, because that's too big of a risk to take if you have hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars in Tesla stock. But that does make it easier to rally to the upside, because market makers have to go out and delta hedge for all of those deep in the money put options that are being bought. And that just means, long story short, there's probably 80 to 100 million shares that are short right now from the market makers alone. And if the vote does go through, that's why you're probably going to get a 15 or 20% green day coming this Thursday on June 13th. So that's kind of the long story short. I am very optimistic, especially following this news from Elon Musk. A lot of people were kind of worried how retail investors would vote. And I do think the vast majority of institutions understand what I'm saying, right? I'm just the guy that makes Tesla videos. Like, everyone else must know. I'm going to assume, if they have half a brain cell, that you're looking at big downside, big downside, if this comp plan does not go through. So I do think the vast majority of big money is going to vote yes for this package. Elon Musk also dropped some other news as well. He says there will be no Model Y refresh coming this year, and they have other things to worry about, FSD, new lower price models. I don't think the Model Y refresh is something Tesla's too concerned with for the foreseeable future, and I think most of us already knew that. Elon Musk says that he should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that is 6 months newer will be a little bit better. Gary Black writes on X, I continue to believe that proposal for approval of Elon's 2018 comp plan will pass easily on Thursday. He says if 90% of 46% of investors who are retail supported, Tesla needs just 16% of institutional fund managers to back it. 90% times 46% plus 16% times 54% equals 50.1%. Of course, it would help to get closer to the 73% approval from 2018. That would require 58.5% of institutional votes to support the Chancery Court. That even with all of this year's beefed up disclosures, Tesla's overwhelming support given Elon Musk his money, which he of course deserves. But let's not get complacent. Everyone, please vote for proposal number 4. Sentiment for Tesla today over on StockTwits is 46. That is considered neutral. Yesterday it was 47, which was also considered neutral. Google Trends data is re-accelerating for the Tesla lineup. This is exciting because this is the best way that we have to really track people's intentions to buy a Tesla, right? Google Trends. If you're going to buy a Tesla, you're going to search for Tesla on Google. So this is like the best way by far to see what's going on a day-by-day or week-by-week basis with Tesla. And you can clearly see search trend activity has been elevated. It continues to be elevated. And even when you do get drops in search trend, they tend to go right back up. And this is higher than where you have been basically ever on a sustained basis for Tesla search inquiries, suggesting Q2, Q3, Q4 of this year are probably going to give you an upside surprise from Tesla. Now, nonetheless, the Cybertruck, and this is super exciting, went from 73 yesterday to 83 today. The Model Y went from 30 to 33. But look at the Model 3. The Model 3 is the latest vehicle to be to have its interest rate bought down from Tesla to offer those promotionary interest rates, which should have a positive effect on the Model 3, maybe even the Model Y or the Cybertruck, who knows. But Model Y search trend number went from 24 to 27, so that's very encouraging. The Model S at 11 and the Model X at 9, unchanged from the last reading. So judging off of Google Trends data, I would go out on a limb and say there's virtually no chance, in my opinion, that Tesla misses on Q2 deliveries. I think something really bad would have had to happen for that Google Trends data not to translate into a lot of sales for Tesla, because Q2 is when things really started to rocket. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. That is not financial advice. And full disclosure, do what you guys want. If you think Tesla's gonna beat, give us good numbers, that's great. First, we got to get through June 13th. But just imagine if the vote goes through for Elon's compensation on June 13th, and then you get re-accelerating deliveries and maybe better margins, AI day, robotaxi day, whatever you want to call it, on August 8th, maybe the Fed cutting rates by July 31st. There's a lot of catalyst in the next 3 months that could send Tesla stock up big time. Google Trends data for full self-driving is doing exactly what I thought it would. It's going back up a little bit from 21 to 22. Now, what I just wanted to see from this whole free trial is, does FSD trend higher than it did before? And before, it trended anywhere from 7 on the low side to, 16, 17, 18, 19 on the high side. You are trending higher than where you did before the trial started. So I think it's one of those things where people maybe did the trial, did not subscribe for FSD, and now they're like, dang, I kind of missed that, and then go subscribe. It's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving, and I think this is another potential highlight coming next earnings, what the take rate is, what the, overall subscription number is going to be. I don't know if we're going to get those details, but that would be really cool if we did. And as I said in the beginning of this video and many other videos, Tesla's short interest is still at multi-year highs, and this is another reason why I do believe Tesla stock could go well into the mid 200s even within the next couple of weeks after June 13th, as long as the vote does go through. You're at a multi-year high for short positions, not just the delta shorts that the market makers have to put on, but actual short positions from hedge funds, institutions, retail, etc. You're at 3.78% short interest of free float, $18.65 billion currently in short positions, with 105 million shares that are currently sold short. Inventory numbers have recently shot up for the Model S and the Model X, especially for the Model X, now at 4,000 vehicles in inventory. Model 3 has been grinding lower from about 3,400 down to about 3,000, and the Model Y has recently fallen from about 9,700 down to about 5,400. Another strong sign that interest rate buy down that Tesla did was probably very effective for driving new sales at Tesla. So let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Stay tuned to the channel for the next video. We will be going over all of your major events for this week, including all the earnings we have June 13th for Tesla stock, as well as the Fed and CPI and PPI, other data that we're going to have. It's all going to be important, and I will go over my price prediction for Tesla stock this week. And trust me, you do not want to miss it. Nonetheless, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to come join the trading community. Check out that link down below in the description of this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.